Alright, let's see if this blows up or anything if I show it. How bad is it? Hey, it's not asked for once. Part of me thinks it's actually because I have Ethernet. And what? I use Ethernet instead of internet. That probably makes a difference. Alright, people can hear my voice well. I think we're gonna be okay. Alright. Alright. So, today, we're just gonna work on... We're working on the Battle Pass. Something I usually tend to rush sometimes before an art fight. This one's going to be a little bit more special, but I want at minimum to get the thingy done. What? No, the backdrop done, and then have some character positions. And yeah, we'll just go, and then we'll go from there. So wait a minute. If alright. I think we're just gonna hop right in. Let's make sure my audio's right. Hard to figure out sometimes. I do have like super sensitive hearing in a way, so it's hard to figure out how things work sometimes. I guess I can always turn it down if something tries to come in. Alright. Now you may wonder why everything's in a weird way. I'm on a 16 by 10. What? Yeah, 16 by 10 monitor, and I'm streaming a 16 by 9. So I guess to cover up some of the dead space I have, or the empty space I have the chat. I know it overlaps, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Whatever. But that's not the point right now. We're gonna... Because right now, we just gotta work on this. Okay, so... One thing... Okay, so I think the first thing we're gonna do... We're gonna start with a really dark base. And we're just gonna probably put it somewhere in the red here. Just draw the crap out of it with a mouse real quick so it can save the color. That's probably more like it. Okay, so alright, so we got that. Now we just need to here. There we go. I think that's better. I can't always be sure sometimes. Alright. Try to figure out everything. I swear. Alright. I think this right here is actually better. I am not used to streaming at home, I swear. Kind of miss being in the dorm, to be honest with you. But, whatever. Alright, first things first. We want to make some rocks. I want to see if I can Bob Ross this again, like I did the other one. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a little cavern here. So we'll probably start with a little bit of this. Actually, hold on. Probably pen not gonna work. Let's use. Let's see. Oh, what the hell? Or actually, hang on. Let's create a little base here, actually. Just so we know where the ground is and everything. So let's see, 480, maybe 400. Hello? Why is it not filling? I swear to God. Okay. Never mind. Guess we won't do it that way. I got another trick up my sleeve. Watch this. We should also split this canvas down the middle for the fossils and crystals. So let's take I'm thinking thinking about it. I've been thinking about it, what it would look like in my head, how this would work. I've got all these kinds of colors. Okay. I think the only way we can figure out is by actually drawing something, so let's see. Let's have some fun here. We take actually probably start recording this when I think about it. Or you know what? Hold on. It was like some caverns thing. Hang on a sec. There was like one cavern image that I wanted to look at. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Alright. Here we go. Alright. Alright, hang on. Let me think of something. Okay. Let's not delete that real quick. Do that instead. And then replace this color with darken the red a little bit. Alright, it immediately looks kind of like hell, but just go with it for a bit real quick. Just hear me out. I want to think of the inside of a cave here. So let's see. If we were to think of, let's see, we can use, let's use this is our little guide here. Probably should turn the G pen on. Just do a little bit of that. Yeah, maybe a little stone there. Okay. And then over the back here, we're gonna do this in orange though. We're gonna keep the purple. You can always change the colors if we have to. There's our dripstone. Just gonna kind of make it invert. A little invert like that. Maybe kind of make a little rocky range here. Maybe one over here gets a big rock there. Maybe one over here. How about this be an entry point? Or, hang on. That's not really a good entry point there. Well, in that case, we should probably keep it consistent. So maybe, what the hell? Hang on. Don't erase anything yet. There we go. That actually might work. So I just move you right about here. Maybe this goes a little off the screen a little bit. Let's see. If we did this. So that can be oh, you know what I'm thinking actually? What if instead we actually use purple as the back color and we used yellow as the front color? I think that'd actually be a better option. Hang on. So if we, what's the dark here? What's the darkest here? That, boom. So that's our purple. There's also some gauntlets over in here. Let's see. So then we fill this in. So then it would be more red. So the gist is that it's supposed to look more reddish as it gets closer. Or yellowish, or whatever the fuck you call it. Going somewhere like this. Now over here we're gonna bring in some more reds in here. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna bring in some of the reds in here. Let's see. Maybe move it up like that. Then we can create a cave system. We'll probably create a cave system in here. So like maybe that's where we can put stuff in here. This is where we're gonna get some more of that red for the okay. Now we just need to create the field here. So this is where we put our little field here. Wait, I'm trying to remember, it's 1290 by... Wait, hang on. Where's the calculator? What's 1280 by 960? Hang on, so wait, if we do 960 times 16, 1707? So wait, what's 1707? Oh wait, it was 1706, I think. (1707) or 1706. If that's the case, I'm probably gonna actually change this to 1707. There we go. So then, to have more of a thing here, this could actually give us more room to create actual cave slits and all that stuff. Really make it feel like a cave. We're in a cave. Ugh. Hang on a sec. Alright, I have to fix all that. Let's see here. Oh, you know what I'm actually thinking? Here's what I'm gonna do actually. Let's see here. So if we have it. Alright, this may not make sense earlier, but it will make sense later. Watch this. Okay. Let's watch and learn here. I actually got a really good, better idea for this. Okay, then we set the sub color to this. Oh right, hang on. Need the layer color to be this. Subcolor. I think if we do both, it should. Close enough. Actually, hang on. Probably it was just better to do it like this. Here, it's better if we just do it over again. We can safely delete that. Here's what we're gonna do actually. Okay, so you can barely see the two there. We're gonna create a new one here. Well, since I saved this. Okay. It's all coming. Alright. It's slowly but surely coming together. Okay, so you see that 2. We got a 0. Now we need another 2 and a 5. The only way I'm going to get to that is by pushing this off to the side here. Oh shit. Alright, so 2. Oh, what the fuck do you want? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna knock some of these off. Hang on. Just so we can make this 2 effect work. So we need to make sure we get this. Because we have the 2 and the 0. We just need the 2, another 2 and another 5. Then, you know, after an hour, we'll see if someone wants to join the chat call. Wait a minute. Hold on a sec. I may actually pull this. No, I think I know how to pull this off. Watch this. Look at that. Ah, yes. Oh, it works. Oh, hey. Thanks. I just started working on this like an hour ago. Simply put, the kind of, I was a little skeptical of what the idea is going to be, but then now I've got an idea of what at least this background's going to look like. Okay, and then let's see. We need. Okay. How are we gonna do this? We need to. Make another one of those things. Wait, hang on. Frack. Okay. Need another way to make this too believable. I need let's see. Need to cut this down. Maybe a similar format. Okay, and now we just need one more of these pillars. Or just kind of hanging out. Like so, maybe. Like right around here. Right here. Chopping off there. Save it before. I lose it all this work. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to make this higher. Let's see, right over here. And like push it up very significantly here. And I guess for this to work, I have to. This down a little more. Okay, you can kind of see the 2 there. And you can see a 2 here, you can see the 0. See a 2 there. And you can see the 5 there. Look at that! It works. I'll take. You know what? It works. It works. I just need to make a little thing in here. I was just adding a lot of detail in here. Actually, that. Wait a minute. No, I'm already having second guess. I'm already second guessing this. Oh boy. Alright, hang on. Some way. There's probably a way I can make this better. Alright, hang on. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, we're cooking. Okay, now we're cooking, I think. Alright. Another brain blast. Then that 5, because then the 5 is more believable in a way. So then that looks like a 5, and then that looks more like a 2 to me. Let's see here. Okay, there's our 2, and our 5 is just okay. Just need to fix the 5. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe the 5 will fix itself. Let me do some. Oh man, one thing knocks over another one. don't need. Hang on a second. I'm not done with you yet. Real question is, what was the pen color I was on? Okay, so I know what to do now. Watch this. Oh crap, I put it on the wrong layer. No. Rip. It's no worry, we can save it. There we go. Now we saved it. Now that looks more like a believable, now it looks more like a believable 2025. There we go. Holy crap, I've been at this for about a little over an hour. Alright. I'm just probably gonna probably not have the willpower to do the BG tonight. But here, let me take I need like a minute or so to go over everything. So let's see, there's 2, 0, 2, 5. There you go. All right. Here. Let me pause the music real quick. I'm gonna walk away for a bit. I'll be back. I'm gonna see if my friends are willing to join in. Yeah, I've been working on this for an hour. Alright, let's see. Let me know if you want to call. I am. In a cave. Alright. I'll see. We'll see if he's interested. If not, no worries. Do. Alright. What's this? Weird. Alright. Alright. Cool. Alright. Perfect. Oh, nice. Hang on. Hey there.
Hey, how's it going?
Been one busy guy. I've been pretty busy for well, on top of trying to get stuff for this year's art fight. You know, I've been trying to apply for a lot of jobs and all that. And
yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. And then what? I'm doing. Oh yeah, I've been trying so hard to fix an iPad 2 for whatever reason.
Nice. What's wrong with it?
It's just butt old and it doesn't want to do an update, so I have to restore it from scratch.
Yeah, I think I had to do that one time with an old iPhone 4. It wouldn't
Dang.
update to the latest version, so I had to go into iTunes and reset it and stuff.
Yeah, same here.
I don't think I had to factory reset it, but I had to do the update inside of iTunes, and once I did that, it was fine.
Mhm. Alright, let's see here. And then, thinking this afternoon it took me a while to get VirtualBox installed on my other computer, that I use for school, because I'm gonna eventually dual boot it.
Yeah.
It was a pain. It was a pain because I had to download Python, even though I already installed a version of Python for whatever reason. Maybe it's just that it came. Maybe I installed it previously when it had Windows 11 before I downgraded it. Who knows?
Yeah, that's weird. I know you have to like change some it's called like the path variable or something, and then like affects.
Yeah, I think so. It's something like that. And it's also like it's like a new. I downloaded like a newer version of VirtualBox. I think I had like VirtualBox 6 or something like that when I originally used it.
Yeah.
Back when I had the thing on Windows 11, so maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I thought about trying QEMU because that's like open source. I know it's like more complicated, I think, though. But, like... Have you heard about that?
No, not really.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I know it's open source. So.
Hmm. Alright. Well, I've been literally spending the last hour trying to figure something out, and then finally figuring something out, and now I'm just literally I'm literally just using nothing but pen. Trying to draw some rivets and detail and all that.
Yeah.
Into these rocks, and
I've actually been doing a little bit more drawing myself. I mean,
really?
you can see my new profile picture. And I guess the
Oh,
stream can't see it, but
oh wait, you actually drew it? Like on
I did draw it. Yeah.
on your Discord? Your Discord pic?
Yeah, I did draw that.
Nice.
I did it in MS Paint, which is pretty fun.
No, that's actually quite impressive.
Yeah.
If you did it in MS Paint. You know, now that I think about it, I've been really tempted to actually see if I can, cause like I have like a lot of bookmark characters on Artfight that I want to attack this year, and I want to try like literally going all out without any restriction, because I'm gonna be theoretically changing teams.
Yeah.
Unlike previous years where I kind of stuck to a team. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But part of it was because I wasn't too sure how switching teams during the event, how that all worked out. But I mean, given the completely internalized crash out I dealt with the year prior, feeling like I didn't have a lot of time to do every character I want, and in a way I kind of felt like I couldn't do a lot of I had to be on a different team because a lot of the characters I wanted to attack, you know, the people were on the other team.
And everybody wants to be on the Stardust team, and nobody wants to be on the Seafoam team.
Yeah, like.
I mean, they're not even comparable in terms of like coolness.
Well, there's a reason why Seafoam like won by like a bajillion points that year.
Yeah.
Now I think they're actually, I think Artfight this year they're actually I think they've kind of understood that the gimmick of the game is supposed to be like an art gifting game, you know, with a competitive component to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that's purely for fun, something you shouldn't be taking too seriously, like I was last year.
Yeah.
So, but they've actually been, I think they've been putting some effort into making it, you know, more of a friendly competition, this year, which I actually kind of appreciate.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that they're going with is that I think in 2023 they had a theme that was pretty friendly to swap over, because it was vampires and werewolves. And you know, like right off the bat, whenever you hear vampires and werewolves in the same sentence, you think of Twilight.
Yeah.
And so, but last year it was a little hard because you don't often think of Seafoam and Stardust in the same sentence.
Yeah.
It's like two polar opposites in a way. Now this year, they actually went back to it, and now it's fossils and crystals. So it's basically, you know, people are going through the caverns and caves in a way. It's basically rocks. And what's so funny is that I think what's so funny is that people vote on this stuff. Like they have like a list of like they have like an entire like straw poll of themes that people can vote on, and then they pick the top 3 and then they just go for it. So I think there's like I have a very weird conspiracy theory that there are 2 reasons why fossils and crystals were picked.
Yeah.
The first one is all those cave diving memes, which, you know, the story of John Jones, you know, and Nutty Putty, hard to laugh that off. But I think what's really not that hard to laugh off is the Minecraft line, you know. I am Steve. As a child, I yearned for the mines.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
But the call for the mines was too strong. So one day I started digging, and digging, and digging, until I found this.
That's really good. I hate how they changed the IMC line. Like in the movie, it's like different than it is in the trailer, and like it's so disappointing.
Wait, they actually changed it?
Yeah, they did.
Well, I know they changed the I am Steve line, and they changed the They changed the order of the sleeper agent.
They didn't change the first part, but they changed the iconic part where he's like, "I am Steve." Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still quote this movie. I'm gonna quote this movie forever, bro.
Well, you know, like, you know, like the people who are looking at this movie are gonna take all the wrong lessons from it. They're gonna literally learn nothing from it, and in like a few years' time, like I remember watching this short of like basically acknowledging that this movie was so stupid that it became a meme to watch it. It was so
Yeah.
ridiculous, and now like I'm at this point I'm really scared if they end up making a Fortnite movie.
I don't think it would work like a second time though. I mean,
I don't know.
I think if
Lightning
they did it
has
too
struck
much,
twice
it would
before,
be
but that's like a rarity. Like an, you know.
I think if they did it too much, people would skip bored of it and it like wouldn't be funny anymore. But
Well, yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, well, like, you know, it's like the whole, you know, young adult dystopian meta that came, you know, 10 years ago. That started with the Hunger Games, and then it went, and then very soon, you know, everyone wanted to cash in on it.
yeah,
Now we're going into now we're going into Hollywood slop, and everyone's just trying to make as much slop as possible. Oh man. All right. I feel like I'm
I
ready
don't
to
think
actually
I
work
don't
on
think a
this.
Fortnite movie would be as popular. I mean, I think part of the reason the Minecraft movie was so popular is because we've been waiting for years for a Minecraft movie. Like, they kind of teased it a lot, and like now they just kind of give us this, and like it's just kind of a meme.
The other problem with Fortnite is that they have like the original premise of the game has been completely overtowered by, you know, the PvP battle royale with like literally just with like literal military grade consumerism just packed into it and overstimulation. I wouldn't be surprised that like when they made like actual sequels of Fortnite, they completely forgot like what the game was supposed to be originally, which was like, you know, a little tower defense game.
Yeah,
Because
I think
I watched the original trailer of Fortnite back in when it was when it was pitched in 2011 or somewhere around that time.
yeah,
And it is
it's a
nothing
completely
compared
different-
to what it is. It is nothing to what what it is now.
Didn't it used to have like a bunch of like building features and stuff, and like they removed all that? Like,
Well, I think that was the premise of the whole thing of the battle royale, is that you could create structures and all that.
yeah.
Honestly,
But, like, didn't they
I
remove
feel
all-
like they've I
never
feel
played
like they've
Fortnite.
lost the freaking plot. Once everyone, once it started becoming a meme.
Yeah. I mean, that's how things go. So,
Well, I may have only spent like an hour. I forgot how long I've been working on this. I would say I'm gonna wager about an hour and a half, but I think what I really think is a really cool detail is that there's 2025. There's a hidden 2025 in here.
oh, nice.
I do you want to like take a moment to see where it might be?
They're really small because I can't really see it.
It's actually pretty big, but you have to like actually think about it.
Yeah. That'll feel really stupid when you say where it is.
Oh, do you have an idea?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me. How about a hint? Look at the holes over here.
Yeah.
Do you see it now? Hang on. Here. Let me, You still stumped?
A little bit.
Alright, well, here's how I made it. Here's how I put 2025 in there. Boom. Here's your hint.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah, I thought it was something like
yeah, so basically what I did, I made literally 2025 as part of the cave formations. So you can see the 2 here. You can see a 0. You can barely see another 2. And then you can see
the 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see the 5 over there. Yeah. I just wasn't 100% sure, so.
Let me tell you, that takes that took a lot of finesse to think about that. About, like, you know, what if I did that? Wait a minute. What if I did this? Because, like, I was trying to figure out, like, what I wanted to do with this cave system. And now, I kind of know what I want to do with it.
Nice.
I think just to make it more legible, I'm gonna do. I mean, I thought I'd be done with this, but no, I'm going back to it again. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me lasso this real quick. And maybe. Wait, hang on. Crap. Wait. Crap.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, I also drew that that meme that I sent you a while ago. Where
What
I'm like,
meme?
oh sweet. The
Oh,
AI meme
oh,
where
the
I'm like,
download the
sweet.
car. Oh, that meme.
No, not that one, not that one. The one where I'm like, oh sweet, man-made hearts beyond my comprehension.
Oh, with the AI heart.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I drew myself as the Family Guy style.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you.
You know, back
This
then you
is
used to have to get high and drunk to see these.
let me tell you. I can tell you with a straight face, AI couldn't really try to make something like this. No matter how many prompts you put it in, it would be really hard to have it pull off something like this.
It just wouldn't look the same, you know?
No.
Right.
Because it will just look like a cave. Or, you know,
Yeah.
it will be warped. It will try everything it can to warp into a 2 and a 0 and another 2 and a 5, and it would just not look great. It would just it would look unnatural in a way.
Yeah.
I might fix this.
That's the main thing I hate about AI is it's like everything it does, it always just goes into the uncanny valley. Like right to the uncanny valley. It's just like
Well, it's funny because like some people have said like, yeah, it's an interesting because like a lot of people say that yeah, that people are gonna say, well, it's only gonna get better, and you know, at some point people are not gonna realize if something's AI generated or not. And while so I mean, my
that's
thought,
getting more.
the thing about it is that the thing about it is that even if something is AI generated, people will know right away if something lacks, heart and soul in it. Because that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Is did you put heart and soul into this?
Yeah.
And that's something AI can't really replicate.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really easy to spot when something when something has no heart and soul built into it, it's really easy to point out.
Yeah.
It's it's people who criticize the people who, granted, yeah, there are ways you can actually use AI, almost like, how they did motion capture in a way. People with actual artistic experience actually found a way to fight with it and made something cool with it. And did it out of pure passion instead of, nothing else. I have a feeling that, and people have already been using AI with like that, for passion projects and all that. I've seen it, and even though I know, yeah, this is AI generated, it's not, a bunch of soulless crap that most people often pitch in a way as like, the next greatest thing.
Yeah, I guess it's a tool like any other tool. I mean, you can use it with like low effort and just like make it kind of soulless crap, or you can actually like do stuff with it to like work with it and like figure out how to make something good with it. But
exactly. I mean, my best example, I don't know if you heard about this artist. I think his name is Florb, but he basically, this is like a perfect example of like, a great use of AI that actually puts heart and soul. So I don't know if you if you basically the short of it is that this dude who seemed to has some background in making music actually makes his own music, and then he takes AI generated samples or voiceover of characters from SpongeBob, and they basically like actually rap to the music that the person creates on their own. And I see that's like a great use. It's not used as an enhancement. It's used as actual, and it's not used to bypass the entire creative process. It's actually used in a meaningful way. All right, hang on.
yeah, because you can't just like hire the voice actors of SpongeBob.
I'm probably being told
to do that. Are you there?
Sorry, I gotta keep it down. I'm gonna keep one you brought in. For now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late.
I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just as long as I'm not making a ruckus.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Okay, first of all, I need to know where the characters are gonna be. I know.
And speaking of AI, do you see that the 15.ai is back up?
What?
I don't know if you remember that, but like.
I'm not sure what you're. Can you repeat that? I don't know.
Well, a few years ago there was a site called 15.ai that did like all those voices and stuff like you were talking about, and like for a long time it was down, but now it's back up.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I think it was supposed to have like Team Fortress 2 voices and stuff, and also My Little Pony for some reason. But
Oh my god. Bro. Yeah.
Yeah, now it just has My Little Pony on it, but
Yeah. Okay, wait. Where's the guide again? Okay, so where I want to go here, how I want to do this, I want to actually, the way I want to do this, do I really want to move this? Okay, actually, I might have a better way of doing it.
But yeah, it was I was surprised you didn't hear about it because it was a pretty big meme like a few years ago. It's like I think a lot of people were using it, but
Was this before Sam Altman created the earliest version of Skynet, which is ChatGPT?
I don't remember.
Because like I remember before all that, I know like a few of my friends have used like some AI prototypes, which was really just which was an automatic photo mashing creator, just to see what happened, what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, instead it came out in 2020, so that was a while ago.
That's you know, it's funny, like I guess what kind of continuing the topic, because this is something I have to think about, because I'm in a way I'm going to be concentrating in machine learning for my master's degree, and the thing is that the word AI has only been used in the last couple of years more times than it has ever been used since it started out in, ever since it was developed in its early stages.
I mean, yeah, I can believe that.
I mean, the thing is that people think that AI is like this magical thing, but the thing is that AI is it's a part of machine learning, and we've had stuff like before generative AI, we had voice assistants that everyone was going crazy for back in the day, especially when Siri was introduced.
Yeah, it's not that much different than that. Like,
yeah. And before that, we had search engines. Imagine having to type in a query and then having a search browser, having a search engine guess like what could be the most relevant results based on, some keywords or something like that. That's machine learning, and yet no one used the two letters A and I in the when pitching those things.
Yeah.
So
It's all just a marketing gimmick, honestly.
yeah, it's all marketing gobbledygook, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like I remember, um, I remember going to Micro Center and they have these AI motherboards, and I was like, hey, I'm wondering what the purpose of these things are. Oh, and it's like, oh, they just put AI in it just so they can sell it. And I was like,
Yeah,
bro.
let's just call everything AI. But it's like this, I don't know if you've seen that Dank Pots video. There's like it's this like rice cooker, and it's called an AI rice cooker
Oh my
because it
god.
has like some kind of features.
It's so when you use it, the thing is that when you use a term so many times, you effectively dilute. It's like you dilute its its actual definition.
It has no meaning.
But yeah, if I'm gonna be like straight with you. I wouldn't be surprised that um, just like uh, just like we had uh, you know, Skype and NFTs and all that stuff. We had MySpace and how that was popular back in the day. We had Cortana, you know, back in the day. We had the Windows
Yeah.
Store, Metro apps, all of them, you know, all of its relics at this point and are basic or have either shut down or is pretty hard to find nowadays. And I am I wouldn't say this is a bold prediction because I have a firm belief that by the end of this decade
AI, but
people will stop talking about generative AI by the end of this decade, because there will be some new technology
yeah,
that the consume that marketing will do whatever to push and make money off of
yeah.
it. My next
It's like
bet.
it's like how virtual reality like was a big thing like a couple years ago, and like
That's
before
true.
AI came in.
Yeah, and then
Like
the
everybody
metaverse,
just
and then the metaverse happened, and then everyone doesn't like it unless you use like what two apps, which is like VR chat and Beat Saber.
yeah,
That's the only thing people know about virtual reality is VR chat and Beat Saber.
yeah,
And it's sad to realize that could happen with generative AI. You will see the only thing that people know about AI is Gemini, ChatGPT, all these chatbots, and it's just sad to think that it's like, it's effectively the how corporations can just do a massive can are doing like a massive disservice with you know actually making you know the public trust machine learning in a way. I know it's a little
yeah,
or just dilute the meaning of machine learning.
yeah.
But anyway, okay. You know what? I'm gonna leave these working on these characters for tomorrow. What I want to do
Yeah.
is make this a bit more decoratable. I'll probably work on the pool of fossils and crystals. Because because this is effectively a cavern. I want to create. What I want to do is make a little reservoir, or it'd be a pretty big one, by the looks of it, that has fossils and crystals in it. And since I'll be switching teams, what I'm thinking about is let's see.
You can make like a glassy you can make like a glassy pool. Like I've seen caves that have like they're like really still water, so like it's just like a mirror. Like
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I saw that as well. Yeah. It's all still water, and it literally looks like glass.
Yeah.
It's like the clearest thing in the world until some cave diver decides to step into it, and then they realize how cold it is, and they regret doing caving in the cave in the first place. So let's see. The real question is, where do I want to put it? Well, I want to make it still, so maybe. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna get a guide. Boom.
Yeah, now I want to see how you might draw Doge, like, or my character or whatever.
I'll definitely I might get to it someday, but right now I'm kind of stacked on working on 25. If you were, I don't think you have an Artfight account.
I do not.
Nah, it's okay. We can try doing like an off-season trade.
Yeah.
Once I get done with Artfight 2025, because it is a big commitment, because you're working. It's like it's effectively a grind, to make as many. Well, it depends, but it's your work. It's like making. Imagine doing art for 31 days straight. And just, constantly in a grind. It's a grind that, like, my freaking that puts the college grind to shame in a way.
Yeah.
Because here I actually, the college grind, I can actually take a break sometimes. I don't sometimes in Artfight, because I always have to think about making another attack or working on, multitasking on different attacks or something.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. It's a grind that I actually enjoy. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Man. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have stopped doing it. After year 1.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you enjoy it, it's not really like work. You just kind of do it. So.
Exactly. It's also fun for me to be able, because I feel like it's, in a way, a chance for me to actually try out some things that I don't usually get to do. Like, I tend to draw. I know it, like, I said it as a joke that that drawing women is like a a thing that I'm slowly getting better at, and part of it is because I don't shy away from drawing female characters.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting to try drawing on different things. Like I'm gonna be drawing on three different. I'll be drawing with three different devices. Um, this my Inspiron 5559 that I'm probably gonna stop using by the end of the year, because Windows 10 would have ended by that time. Um,
And can you just put Linux on it?
Probably not. Um, I'm only gonna put Linux. I'm only gonna dual boot Linux on that school computer. Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, I'm probably just gonna keep Windows 10 on this thing.
Yeah.
The other one is my tablet, which I've gotten a lot more experience with drawing now, and I can actually animate. I'm also going to be using Windows 7. One of my
Nice.
Burgundy HP, because that I actually got. I was able to download Clip Studio on there and do it. And who knows, maybe I do something in MS Paint just for fun, or some other things. But
Yeah, you gotta try that. You gotta try that. There's nothing like MS Paint.
it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
Yeah. No, there's like no layers, no transparency.
Pure unadulterated, a pure unadulterated canvas. Something the eyes of Bob Ross could, you know, make all the happy accidents you want on that thing. The other thing that I'm gonna try this year is make what's called a mass attack, which is basically where you create like you create some art with like a bunch of different people's characters. So it's like so imagine like some dimensional merge type shit.
Yeah. It's like Super Smash Brothers, but like...
Yeah, or Indie Cross or whatever.
Yeah.
Just you create a theme, and then you put a bunch of stuff. You put a lot of people's other characters in there, and it's fun to see when it happens, because it's like that's like a real commitment. Because like some people often put like, well, the limit is 100, but the fact that there's a limit for how many characters you can put into an attack, people go basically try to push it to the limit and see how far they can possibly go. How many OCs can you cram into one project? I don't think I've seen one that has hit 100 though, unless I'm Delulu and there's actual people who have put 100 characters.
Sure, someone did. And why do you think they put the rule?
Limits are made to be. Well, limits are always made to be broken, sometimes, or always pushed. It's the only way you can see. It's the only way you can have things evolve. sometimes.
Yeah. You could do one where it's like a Pokemon mystery dungeon. That would be fun. Like, with the cave.
Are you talking about this one?
Not necessarily this one, but like, if you're looking for things to have a cave theme, like,
Well, typically, Mass Attack, the theme is really just for the teams. The way it works is that the themes are only based off, you know, what teams you want to be on. So if you want to be what? You don't have to make attacks that tailor specifically to the theme. It's only just as like a something I learned right away, cuz when I started it, when I first joined in 2022, I didn't know how everything worked. And then, well, here I am,
yeah,
you know, several years later, and I have a pretty solid gist about how everything works around here.
yeah. Yeah, I could tell from the video that like just how much work you put into even last year.
Well, I can say without a doubt, I'm gonna try to. Well, okay. I don't want to be like too over the top. I mean, yeah, I'll do certain things. That was real. That one was special because like I wanted to actually show like everything that was potentially capable of voiceovers, animation, editing, art,
Yeah, or two.
being able to tell a story, being able to be open with some of the crap that I had to deal with. Because you know,
Yeah,
last summer was hell, to say the least.
yeah,
And, you know, I talked to you enough one-on-one to kind of give you an idea or a little framework
yeah,
about what I went through.
yeah, for sure.
I feel a little bit. Fortunately, I don't feel as worn down as I did last year. It may just because I
Nice.
graduated and I'm waiting for something. I don't know. Could be a lot of other things
Yeah,
going on, but I don't know. This year just feels a little different, and for the better
yeah,
for me.
nice.
Okay. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little extra detail. Well, I'm going to add some more. I'm going to add some texturing. And then I'm probably gonna call it for tonight.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. So.
So what's a good texture here? What can look good for rocks? Okay, wait.
But yeah, I'm glad you're doing a little bit better because I know what you said last year. It's just kind of, yeah.
Alright, wait a minute. Don't I have something in here? I got all these brushes. Holy crap, man. Actually, this might actually work. Hold on. Or maybe with these, maybe with this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know GIMP has stuff like that. I know GIMP has stuff like that, and I should try to use it a little bit.
Yeah. I
usually use GIMP, but...
I've really used Clip Studio for, I'm gonna be honest with you, ever since I got my first drawing tablet back in 2018, I've used Clip Studio, and there really hasn't been much of a pull to use something different, just because I've used it for so long, and and it comes free with certain other things. So it's like, you know, like how, hey, you know, here's this free software that actually looks pretty cool sometimes. It may be worthwhile to use it more often. And, well, that's what I did. And that's what I did when I got my new Samsung tablet. That's what I did when I got my first drawing tablet. And so, you know, with enough experience, I was like, you know, I think there's nothing wrong with this software, as long as, and the community seems to be pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. I mean, like,
yeah, they've got a lot of community oriented assets and all that. That's where I get most of these like brushes.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah. Some you have to, like, you know, pay with some.
I want to look at some other programs sometime. Like, I know Creature's pretty good. A lot of people use that, and I know GIMP is kind of a meme. Like a lot of people just kind of. But I just started using it, and like, honestly, it's just been the thing that I've used for a while. So like, I know how it works, but I really should try something else too, just to see what it's like. But yeah, I know a lot of people use Krita, which is like the KDE version of it.
Yeah, I didn't really. It may have just because I've been using Clip Studio for so long, but I found it so hard to figure out Krita. Like, I even had it installed on my tablet just to see what happened. It was like, God, why is this so hard?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what happens. Well, I guess that's what happens when you use something for so long that it's kind of hard to have to relearn.
Kind of trying it out. Yeah.
I guess that I kind of wonder now. I kind of understand like how, you know, people are trying to leave Adobe, how they feel. It's like, you know, oh my God, I have to relearn how to do video editing. Like, what? Or Photoshop or whatever. What?
Yeah, that's the main problem. It's like you get stuck in this ecosystem. So like what do you do? Right?
Yeah.
It's so complicated. Like you know, like you might not have time to sit down for like 40 hours and like relearn the whole software again. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I was very fortunate that I only had to use Adobe Premiere, and I've been using Kdenlive ever since, and you know, I'm actually quite happy with. I've been pretty happy with Kdenlive.
Yeah.
I mean, everything I've made from 2024 onward has been made with Kdenlive. Like, I stopped using Adobe, like, altogether, a few years ago, especially after it just stopped working on my Inspiron 5559. I was like, oh wait,
Yeah.
you're telling me I can't edit videos anymore? Well, screw you, Adobe. I'm just not going to use it anymore. I'm going to use something that I've
Yeah.
already known before.
Yeah.
Besides, like with Windows 10, getting Adobe Premiere is like a pain in the ass because, like, they're the only just to download an older version of Adobe Premiere, you have to have it. You have to make sure you run Internet Explorer just so it can install an older version of Adobe. I am not joking.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Is the
How
Internet Explorer even in Windows anymore? Like, I thought they removed it. Like,
surprisingly you can still use it. Hold on, I'm actually gonna pull it up. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick. I think if you start in private browsing, let's see if this works. Hang on. I'm probably being told to be quiet again. Yeah, I think they killed it entirely.
nice. Yeah, I thought they removed it from Windows.
Well,
It's like they removed Adobe Flash.
they still kept the app, but the problem is that it redirects to Microsoft Edge. So it's
Yeah.
like I know in the past that you can actually use Internet Explorer if you haven't used Microsoft Edge yet, or if you decided to, what? Not upgrade Microsoft Edge or something.
Yeah. I think you might be able to turn it on in the turn things on and off like menu or whatever. I'm not sure.
Well, I know there's like an internet.
There's a menu that's called like turn. There's a menu that's called like turn Windows features on or off. It might be in there. I'm not sure, but
It'll be worth a shot. But I'm not gonna
why
worry.
would you want?
I'm not gonna
Why
worry
would you
about
want to
it.
reinstall Internet?
I'm not gonna worry about it as long as Microsoft or Windows 10 is still in support.
Yeah.
Once it's out of support, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want with it. To be honest with you, I might try to install. What? I'm gonna see if I could put an older version of Internet Explorer on it and see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I made it work in the gray HP. I was able to keep Internet Explorer 8 on that thing, even though it
Oh, nice.
isn't. I don't think anything works on Internet Explorer anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted something to be, you know, funny enough, I've been trying to make something that is leveling the playing field, like a mixture of fossils and crystals. And right now it looks like I'm not even beating the crystals allegations. The crystal allegations. I'll find a way to put some fossils in there.
Yeah.
Maybe do some nether type shit where I stick a bunch of bones of dinosaurs like the frickin' nether.
Yeah. Yeah, it is getting pretty late, so I'm probably gonna head out.
Alright. Well, great talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Alright. Yeah, have a good night.
I don't know how much longer you're gonna stay, but yeah.
Well, I'm
Have a good
gonna...
rest of the stream.
Yeah. I'll get these crystals all cleared up, and then I'm gonna probably call it, because I've been working on this for, holy crap, 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Alright. Well, yeah, have a good
Alright,
night.
well, have a good night.
Alright. Alright, now that we're... Alright. Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. I can figure out, I'll figure out something with, putting fossils. Okay, let's see. Fossils, crystals, fossils, crystals, fossils. I'll figure something out in due time. How this will work. But yeah. Glad I finally got started on this thing, I swear. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this tomorrow, and hopefully I will at least get this done this weekend, so I can take the day off on Monday for the big event on Tuesday, which is start of the art fight. Alright. That was, I'm gonna call it 2.5 hours of work. Alright. I'm gonna try to finish this off stream. That's gonna be it for me. Hope everyone has a great night. I'm gonna go to bed. See y'all in July.